What was that? Hey. Hey, everybody. Y'all see what's going on? Oh, baby, it is a battle going on in D.C. It is a battle going on in D.C. Where is that? Where's the other one? I don't know how these are working now. Let me do it this way. Only in America. Did you miss something? Have you not been seeing what's been going on with Jack Smith and Donald Trump? We getting ready to go over it. We getting ready to go over it. Thank you. We getting ready to go over it. Thank you, Olive. I appreciate that. Okay, just so you know, I just took my account private because a few days ago, I had a video come down. Somebody reported my video. A few days before that, another video came down. And then today, 2 videos came down. And one of the videos was from January 2022. So now I've got this account warning. And every time I turn around, they're sending me a message talking about I could be banned. So I put my account on private. And I'm just gonna roll with the flow until all of those violations fall off. I appealed.
Hence rejected
one,
citing the Constitution.
One that I got today, I could not appeal. The other one I appealed, and they denied the appeal. The 2 that I got a few days ago, they denied the appeal. So, yeah. So, yeah. My videos will be for followers only. Because when I'm not live, I'm going back on private. Am I on YouTube? I'm on YouTube. I have a second page on TikTok. It's called Keeping Tabs. But over there, I don't talk politics. As a matter of fact, people recognize me and they get down in the comments and start talking politics. I'll block you. I need an escape from politics, and that's an escape from politics. I don't talk politics over there. I talk plants, recipes, my weight loss journey, anything else but politics over there. So, yeah. But I have a YouTube channel, and typically what I do over here gets shared over on the YouTube channel. The name of the YouTube channel is Tabitha Speaks Politics. So, but today we're going to talk about this order of protection and this battle that is going on between Jack Smith and Donald Trump.
So this has only just begun, and I think that Judge Chutkan in this case is going to really have to rule.
It's a battle going on, for real. For real, for real. So what had happened was,
Threatening a prosecutor is going to result in severe action, even being held and detained, as has been warned previously. But you're raising the question in this environment.
let me put the
Which is in this high risk.
my other page down in the chat. Hold on.
Law enforcement really have to get it right every single time. Where a former president, currently a candidate for president, is going to be calling out witnesses, calling, inciting for violence. We're in an environment where we've already seen, as reported by Rolling Stone just a couple of days ago, as reported by Rolling Stone just a couple of days ago,
All right.
that was actually where folks gathered online to plan violence for January 6th, now resurfaced, now calling for killing of grand jurors in the election case, for armed violence against Jack Smith and prosecutors. So how do we protect the
So I just commented, this is my second page down in the chat. Your money is on Jack Smith, Miss Morningstar. Listen, Jack Smith is not playing with Donald Trump. I'm going to show you what he put out late. What's today? Saturday. He put it out late last night. Maybe 9. That's when I saw it, I should say. I saw it about 9-ish. Let me find it. That's Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis just said that she has been called the N-word more than 100 people combined. And this is from Donald Trump's supporters. So, you ain't going to be able to see this, but yeah, you ain't going to be able to see it. It says, this is what Donald Trump put on Truth Social on yesterday. If you go after me, I'm coming for you. That's what he put on Truth Social yesterday.
is absolutely trying to monitor known violent extremist groups, right? And we're still facing this.
That's what he put on Truth Social on yesterday. If you go after me, I'm coming for you. In all caps. That's what he put on Truth Social yesterday. Now, we all know who that was meant for. We're not stupid, and neither is Jack Smith. Right? Neither is Jack Smith. So, Jack Smith, just like all of the rest of us, saw it. He saw it. And Jack Smith's response was, remember, you ain't black if you... Hold on, let me get this person out of the chat.
You are talking violently online here, and if you do it, we're going to have a search warrant or an arrest warrant next time we visit.
Knock and talks, a lot of those forthcoming. Frank Fagluzzi, as always, thank you so much for your time and for your expertise. Next, he was expelled from the Tennessee State House.
That's what he put down in... That's what he put over on... True Social. And he's been able to do these types of things. put out these threats, and everybody would be up in arms, and it's the talk of the town on social media. Everybody is talking about it, and nothing happens to Donald Trump. Nothing. So in the past, he continued to do what he was doing, putting, little threats out there on social media, and nothing happens to him. Meanwhile, it intimidates witnesses. He's interfering in whatever investigation is going on. People start to back off, all those types of things. But Jack Smith is not the one. Jack Smith is not the one. And so Jack Smith responded by doing a motion for protective order. He didn't even really call up the judge and say, "Judge, this is what's going on." No, he submitted a motion for a protective order. That's it right here. We getting ready to read it. This is it right here. If you follow me over on Instagram or over on Threads, it's up over on Instagram and Threads. So you can copy it, put it on your social media platform. So this is what the motion, I swear, how fast the turnaround was. I almost feel that Jack Smith had this ready and waiting. I almost feel like he had this ready and waiting. And it doesn't stop with this, because after this, we'll get into it after this. The judge then requires Donald Trump to respond by Monday at 5 o'clock to this motion for the protective order. Okay, we're going to get into it. So here's what it says. United States of America versus Donald J. Trump. Criminal number 23-CR-257-TSC. Government's motion for protective order. The government stands ready immediately upon the court's entry of a protective order in this case to produce a substantial amount of discovery to the defendant. Discovery that defense counsel stated at the initial appearance yesterday that he needed in order to abide by the court's order to propose a trial date and estimate the length of the defense case. To allow the government to begin producing that discovery, much of which includes sensitive and confidential information, the government respectfully moves the court for entry of the attached proposed protective order governing the disclosure of discovery by the parties in the above captioned case. The court can and should enter it immediately to allow the government to produce discovery because the defendant can seek at any time to modify the order if he objects to it. Background. On August 1st, 2023, a federal grand jury in the District of Columbia returned an indictment charging the defendant with violations of 18 U.S.C. 371, conspiracy to defraud the United States, 18 U.S.C. 1512K, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, 18 U.S.C. 1512C 2 and 2, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and 18 U.S.C. 241, conspiracy against rights. On August 2nd, the government sent a proposed protective order to counsel for the defendant. Defense counsel substantively responded on August 4th, today, which was yesterday, with a different proposed protective order that did not, in the government's estimation, protect numerous categories of sensitive materials, including grand jury materials and sealed search warrant affidavits. The same day, in an attempt to reach a compromise, the government drafted a new proposed protective order, modeled on the one entered by Judge Carl A. Nichols in a recent criminal case. and provided it to the defense counsel, noting that the government intended to file a proposed protective order today. In response, defense counsel asked the government to note in this motion that they did not have adequate time to confer. Argument. The government seeks to provide the defendant with discovery as soon as possible, including certain discovery to which the defendant is not entitled at this stage of the proceedings. The attached order would allow the government to do so, while also protecting a large amount of sensitive and confidential material contained within the first production that the government has prepared and will send as the court issues an order. Such materials include, but are not limited to, materials containing personally identifying information as identified in Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 49-1, Rule 6. Materials including subpoenas, returns, witness testimony, and related exhibits presented to the grand jury, materials obtained through sealed search warrants and 2703D orders, sealed orders made by the government's filter team related to this case, recordings, transcripts, interview reports, and related exhibits of witness interviews, and sensitive materials obtained from other government entities. The court may, for good cause, enter a protective order governing or restricting discovery on inspection. Fed R. Crim P. 16D1. See also United States versus Cordova 806 F3D 1085, 1090 DC Circ 2015. A trial court can and should, where appropriate, place a defendant and his counsel under enforceable orders against unwarranted disclosure of materials which they may be entitled to inspect. Quoting Alderman versus United States, courts regularly do to expedite the flow of discovery in cases involving a large amount of sensitive information. United States v. Johnson, 314 F Sup 3D 248. These are legal cases. When seeking a protective order, the government must establish good cause. It cites United States versus Dixon. Here, good cause exists because issuance of the government's proposed order would expedite the flow of discovery in this case. Give the defendant prompt access to a large portion of the discovery he ultimately received and protect the high sensitive categories of material described above. The government proposed order is consistent with other such orders commonly used in this district and is not overly restrictive. It allows the defendant prompt and effective use of discovery materials in connection with his defense, including by showing discovery materials to witnesses who also agree to abide by the order's terms. All the proposed order seeks to prevent is the improper dissemination or use of discovery materials, including to the public. Such a restriction is particularly important in this case because the defendant has previously issued public statements on social media regarding witnesses, judges, attorneys, and other associated with legal matters pending against him. And in recent days, regarding this case, the defendant has issued multiple posts, either specifically or by implication, including the following, which the defendant posted just hours ago. If you go after me, I'm coming after you. Right there. That's the truth that Donald Trump put up over on Truth Social. So let's move on. If the defendant were to begin issuing public posts using details or, for example, grand jury transcripts obtained in discovery here, it could have a harmful, chilling effect on witnesses or adversely affect the fair administration of justice in this case. It goes on to cite another case, Gentile versus State Bar of Nevada. The outcome of a criminal trial is to be decided by impartial jurors who know as little as possible of the case based on material admitted into evidence before them in a court proceeding. Extrajudicial comments on or discussion of evidence which might never be admitted at trial obviously threaten to undermine this basic tenet. And that's his whole purpose for doing this stuff. Undermine the case, right? Intimidate witnesses, jurors, judges, lawyers, right? And then by doing all of that, it sort of stalls the case. Finally, and importantly, the government's proposed protective order provides that either party can seek to modify the order at any time, meaning that the defendant is in a better position if he receives discovery under the proposed order's conditions rather than receiving no discovery while this motion is pending. If the court issues the government's proposed protective order forthwith without awaiting a responsive brief, the defendant will be free to review the discovery that the government will promptly produce and can seek any modifications of the order that he determines appropriate based on that review. And once in possession of the government's detailed, organized discovery inventory, the defendant will be in a better position to assess and justify whether to seek a modification to the protective order at all. So that's what Jack Smith submitted to the court. They're trying to protect all of the evidence in this case because they know this narcissistic dumbass will put all of the information out on social media or will put specific information out on social media, and he will do it in an attempt to intimidate witnesses, jurors, and all of that stuff. And so this is what Jack Smith is trying to prevent, right? And so after they put that out, after Jack Smith sent that to the judge, Donald Trump and his lawyers put a statement out over on DonaldTrump.com. Let me find it. They put a statement out on DonaldTrump.com. This is it. You ain't going to be able to see it, but it's on Threads. It's on Instagram. And so they say that the statement is from a Donald Trump spokesperson. That's Donald Trump's lawyers. Here's what it says. The truth post cited is the definition of political speech and was in response to the Rhino, China-loving, dishonest, special interest groups and super PACs like the ones funded by the Koch brothers and the Club for No Growth. I call bullshit. This is gaslighting. The truth that Donald Trump put out that's being cited in those documents, that was meant for Jack Smith. That was meant for Jack Smith. Donald Trump could go play with somebody else. Only his supporters believe the nonsense that's coming out of his mouth. Furthermore, you're going after the Koch brothers now? You're going after the Koch brothers now? The Koch brothers who are part of the reason as to why you got into office? You're going after the Koch brothers. Well, the Koch brother, because the other one passed away. He's really not going after the Koch brother or the super PACs. That was meant for Jack Smith. Period. And so from there, his attorneys responded because the judge was like, we need to hear from you by Monday at 5 p.m. on this protective order issue. We need to hear from you by Monday at 5 p.m. And so his attorneys responded asking for a delay. Monday at 5 p.m. was going to be too soon. And so what did Jack do? Jack submitted another motion, baby. Jack submitted another motion to their request for delay or an extension. I got an article from NPR right here that goes into the attorneys and their request for an extension. So NPR says lawyers for the former president Donald Trump asked federal judge on Sunday afternoon for an extension in responding to the Justice Department's motion for a protective order. The order would limit what discovery evidence Trump could share publicly because, yeah, we need to reel this maniac in because he's going to put all of our information out there on social media, right? What was that? Discovery evidence Trump could share publicly about the ongoing criminal case related to the 2020 presidential election. Federal prosecutors filed the motion, that's what I just read, on Friday night, just hours after Trump suggested on Truth Social that he would take, revenge on anyone who goes after him, right? That's Jack Smith. And anybody who takes the stand for the prosecution. Let's add that to it. Anybody who takes the stand for the prosecution against Donald Trump. That's what that is about. On Saturday, U.S. District Court Judge Tanya Chutkin gave Trump's legal team until 5 p.m. on Monday to respond to the prosecutor's motions. Trump's attorneys responded with a request for a 3-day extension. And we know that's their whole intention throughout this whole entire case is to delay. They will forever, whatever is happening, they're going to ask for an extension. Okay? Negotiating the protective order is a critical step for the government before they can begin the discovery process and determine a trial date and timeline for the defense case. In his third criminal case of the year, the frontrunner, the magistrate judge has set the first hearing for August 28th. So he goes into talking about what is a protective order in this type of situation. Goes into saying what does the Justice Department want to prevent Trump from doing. So let's skim through this. How is a protective order different from a gag order? What happens if a defendant violates a detective order? So let's quickly go through it because there's not a lot. What is a protective order? Before a trial, prosecutors are obligated to turn over evidence with defense attorneys. This is known as discovery. A protective order places limits on what the defendant and their lawyer can do with the discovery material once it's in their possession. The purpose is to ensure that the information is only used to help the defense prepare for trial. Protective orders are commonly used in criminal cases in order to prevent the disclosure of sensitive information about investigative tactics, cooperating witnesses, or national security, according to David Sklansky, a professor at Stanford Law School. And they definitely need it, right? Because what happened with the documents case? He had all of these top secret documents, right? And he had them all over the place. He was sharing them and letting other people see them. People with no security clearance or anything like that. So Donald Trump has shown us who he is, right? Which tells me, it goes to prove to me that Jack Smith knew he was going to do some crazy shit. He had this waiting. He had this waiting for Donald Trump to mess up. Let's move on It's a case-by-case decision by the judge about whether there's reason to fear that disseminating information could be harmful to the public, to national security, to potential witnesses, Sclancy said. After a protective order is issued, the defense has the opportunity to ask the judge to remove or modify it at any time. And that's what was said in this motion. The defense always has the opportunity to have it modified or reviewed at any time, right? So it goes into what does the Justice Department want to prevent Trump from doing? In Trump's election case, prosecutors are only seeking to allow Trump and his attorney disclose discovery materials like witness interviews to a select group of people, those hired to help with their defense, potential witness lawyers, and other approved by the court. That means that Trump will likely still have free reign to talk about the case, and the prosecutors, according to Sclancy, a former prosecutor. He says this is not an effort to silence Trump. It is not an effort to stop Trump from talking about the case. It's an effort to protect the use of information that's provided in discovery. Okay. How is a protective order different from a gag order? Essentially, protective order and gag orders address different concerns. Thank you all for the gifts. Protective orders relate to concerns of how the defense may handle sensitive or confidential information shared with them as part of discovery. Gag orders place restrictions on what the defendant and their attorney can and cannot discuss outside the courtroom. They are typically issued to control the flow of information and prevent jury bias in order to ensure a fair trial. So it sounds to me that they need both. They need this protective order and they need a gag order. What happens if a defendant violates a protective order? It depends on the judge. A person who violates a protective order could be held in contempt of court, but more likely that person will receive a warning for the first offense, according to Rick Rosine, a professor at the CUNY School of Law. Didn't Trump get a warning already at the arraignment? Didn't she already give Trump a warning? Correct me if I'm wrong. She said, I want to make it clear that you understand that you cannot break the law. You can't do anything that breaks the law as far as intimidating witnesses or jurors and that type of stuff. Didn't she do that already? So he's already, y'all are agreeing with me, so he's already received a warning, in my opinion. Now, I ain't no attorney. But moving on. Quote, it would be unusual for a judge to jail somebody for a first violation, but they certainly have the right to do that. Okay, so to me, he already received the warning. He violated that already, in my opinion. Rosine suspects that the judge in Trump's election case will play an even more active role in the motion for a protective order if the prosecution and defense are not able to agree on the terms. The judge is going to have to actually be very involved in crafting the actual language of the protective order. This will become the judge's protective order. So that's a breakdown on a protective order versus a gag order and what each one of those means. But in my opinion, and a lot of you seem to agree with me, she's already given Donald Trump a warning. So, back to the order of things. Donald Trump put that truth out. You come after me, I'm coming after you, right? Jack responds with a motion for an order of protection. The judge orders Donald Trump and his lawyers to respond to the order of protection by Monday at 5 p.m. Donald Trump's lawyers respond to the judge saying we need you to respond by 5 p.m. on Monday and ask for a 3-day suspension. And Jack Smith came back with this. This isn't on my Instagram or on my threads yet, but I will put it on there. He is responding in opposition to the motion, the request for an extension. Let's read it, shall we? The government wants to, let me read all of the stuff. The United States District of Columbia versus Donald J. Trump, and then it gives the case number, and then the heading is government's opposition to motion for extension of time. The government wants to provide discovery to the defendant. By his motion, the defendant seeks to delay that process. The defendant's motion should be denied. 3 days ago, on August 2nd, the government proposed to defense counsel a protective order that largely tracked one entered into the defendant's other pending federal criminal case in the Southern District of Florida. So they're talking about one that was issued in his case in regards to, stealing the classified documents. See defense motion for extension of time, ECF number 11, example A and 1. In emails not appended to the defendant's extension motion, the government followed up on the evening of August 3rd and early afternoon on August 4th. Thereafter, defense counsel finally responded by sending an entirely different protective order. Since the defendant's proposal was inadequate, the government proposed another alternative. This one molded after a protective order entered in a case before Carl J. Nichols, recently tried by one of the defendant's attorneys present in his arraignment. So Jack Smith took a protective order and pretty much duplicated it because it was a protective order that one of Trump's lawyers had already agreed to, and whatever that protective order was, Jack Smith was okay with the details in it. But yeah, I guess that wasn't good enough. Defense counsel declined to substantively confer on that proposal on Friday evening, after which the government moved separately for entry of the order. The court ordered the defendant to respond by Monday with a red line of the government's proposal. See Minute Order, August 5th, 2023. Rather than spend time complying with the court's order, the defendant drafted a filing as to why he did not have time to review and consider the 5-page proposed protective order. The defendant's extension motion proposes unnecessary delay to normal order. The defendant suggests that the delay will enable defendant to fully access the proposed order and advise the court of applicable law. ECF number 11 at 1. Nothing prevents defense counsel from doing just that on the schedule already ordered by the court. To the extent defense counsel wants to confer further, government counsel is available at any time, evenings, weekends, or holidays. And if the court enters the proposed protective order and the defendant later is dissatisfied, the defendant can seek to modify the order at any time. The government stands ready to press send on discovery production. The defendant is standing in the way. The court should deny the motion. So Jack Smith said, hey, ain't no need for no 3-day extension. Who you think he playing with, right? We ready to send all of this information over, but we can't send this information over because Donald Trump is loose with the lips. And he's loose with the lips because he wants to use the information to intimidate witnesses and attorneys and judges, that type of thing. We drafted this protective order to protect the information that we will be sending over to him during this discovery process. All the defendant has to do is accept it, and if at a later time he finds that this protective order is not working for him, he can request to have it removed or modified. That's it, that's all. And instead of doing that, he's whining about what he can and what he cannot do. But yeah, y'all doing all of your theatrics out there on social media. Jack Smith ain't playing. I'm telling you. They knew he was going to do something, because the way he immediately came back with this was already done, typed up, and waiting. And then when they came back with, I was like, no, Jack Smith has already anticipated the moves that Donald Trump and his team is going to make. So I don't know if Donald Trump's attorney has responded to this motion, to Jack Smith's request to deny the extension. I don't know if he's responded to that, but he said prosecution is available at any time, nights, weekends, and holidays. And as soon as we get this taken care of, we are the prosecutors, me, Jack Smith, we will hit send. It was denied. It was denied. Let me do a quick Google. Oh, yep, sure did. CNN has an article up. It was just the first article. There's a bunch of them in there. Judge denies Trump's legal team's motion to extend deadline over protective order dispute. So they got to say yay or nay by 5 o'clock on Monday. A federal judge on Saturday denied a request from former President Donald Trump's legal team for a deadline extension over the handling of evidence in the 2020 Trump's lawyers will have to respond by Monday afternoon to the Justice Department's proposal for a protective order. The decision from U.S. Judge Tanya Chutkan caps a flurry of activity in the case after Special Counsel Jack Smith's team on Friday asked Chutkan to quickly set limits. Their request pointed to a post by Trump on social media from early in the day to argue that the former president has a habit of speaking publicly about the details of various legal proceedings. And he does it. He does it. I'll go back to my example. The classified documents. Remember the ones specifically in regards to Iran that he was showing to that journalist? And in recent days regarding this case, the defendant has issued multiple posts, either specifically or by implication, including the following, which the defendant posted just hours ago. That's in the motion that I just read. If you go after me, I'm coming after you. Now, you know, anybody who's involved in the case, who saw that, probably was shitting bricks. Who is he talking about? I'm telling you who he wasn't talking about. He wasn't talking about the Koch brothers. He wasn't talking about rhinos. And he wasn't talking about whatever super PACs he tried to gaslight us into thinking he was talking about. I don't believe none of that. He was talking about Jack Smith and possible witnesses who've turned on him. Did I see Pence's threat? Nope. What was Pence's threat? He just threatened Pence? Okay, let me do a Google. Because is Pence a witness? Will Pence be called as a witness? This happened today? Here it is. Reuters got it. Wait. Nope. That's not it. That's something else. It happened today? Let me refresh this screen. Let me put in the date. Today's the 5th, right? Let's see what comes back.
Alicia, good evening to you. Some breaking news in Texas. The Attorney General there appealing a ruling that puts the state's restrictive abortion laws on.
They marching in Texas. Everything is referring to the Truth Social. Let me go on to Twitter and see. Okay.
So your next chance, that's Tuesday. More American Voices right after this break.
He put it out on Truth Social. He put it out on Truth Social, y'all. I think I found it. About an hour ago. Maybe an hour and a half ago. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, so he put it out over on Truth Social. You ain't going to be able to see it. Wow. It's finally happened. Little Mike Pence, a man who was about to be ousted as governor Indiana until I came along and made him VP, has gone to the dark side. I never told a newly emboldened, not based on his 2% poll numbers, Pence to put me above the Constitution, or that Mike was too honest. He's delusional, and now he wants to show he's a tough guy. I once read a major magazine article on Mike. It said he was not a very good person. I was surprised, but the article was right. Sad. What y'all think was... What was threatening about that? Maybe I'm missing it. Pence has shirts and hats that say "too honest." I heard about that. That's not it. Okay, let me keep looking.
make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov.
You should see all of the posts from the deplorables over on Twitter indicating that they ready to ride with Trump. Just so you know. Okay? Just so you know.
Done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoke,
But this is what they're saying.
but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more.
They're all saying this is the post Donald Trump is attacking Mike Pence.
From health to food to finance, watch Be Well weekdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Cheddar News.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's
I don't see anything else that's referring to Mike Pence
don't let a hamburger distract you from fire season.
but that post.
Dumping in hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire.
You think it's about more,
Prevention seriously and let's save the world.
it's more intimidation?
Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire.
Well, let's critically think about this now. For Donald Trump to mention anybody in a negative way, whether it's trash talking or anything like that, it could be viewed as a threat, as intimidating a witness, as attacking a witness, because his crazy ass followers will go after Pence, even though I don't look at it as, him saying, Mike Pence, you talk trash about me, I'm gonna come after you. Just because it's not that direct, just him mentioning Mike Pence's name could put Mike Pence in danger. I get it, y'all. I get it. Yes, I get it. I get why they're all like, this is witness intimidation, this is witness tampering, because all he has to do is mention the man's name negative. Let me read it again. Let me find one that I can see. This is what he said again. Wow, it's finally happened. Little Mike Pence, a man who was about to be ousted as governor Indiana. I'm sure that's supposed to be governor of Indiana, until I came along and made him VP, has gone to the dark side. I never told a newly emboldened, not based on his 2% poll numbers, Pence, to put me above the Constitution, or that Mike was too honest. He's delusional, and now he wants to show he's a tough guy. I once read a major magazine article on Mike. It said he was not a very good person. I was surprised, but the article was right. Yeah, I get it. Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. I'll put this up. I don't know if I'll put this up over on my threads and on my Instagram. So as of now, the judge has denied Donald Trump's request for an extension. He has since threatened or is attempting to intimidate Mike Pence. So I guess we'll be waiting to hear their response come Monday at 5 o'clock. Everyone else posting it on TikTok. Well, after I'm done with this live, I'm going back private. So, only my followers will be able to see it. Only my followers will be able to see it. I saw a question. Could you tell us who you said was marching in Texas? I don't know what group it is, but they're marching in regards to abortion rights. They're marching in regards to abortion rights. Oh, he's still posting. Listen, y'all know I got put out of I got put out of Truth Social. So I had, and I didn't do anything. I was just quietly lurking, just watching all of the goings on. So, if he did anything, I would screenshot it and come back and talk about it. But I guess because I wasn't active, they viewed me as a troll, which I was. And they booted me out. I haven't been able to get back in. I got kicked out. Thank you, Medieval. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was lurking. And I didn't use a picture of myself because, a person of color. Yeah. I used a picture of Mama June. Yeah, I got kicked out. One day I was in there because there was something going on. I was, reading some stuff that he put out there. The next day I went to go in because I was going to talk about it. I couldn't get in. I was booted out. I tell you, I didn't do anything. Yeah, I used a picture of Mama June. Let me see. This picture. That's the picture I used of Mama June, child. Mama June is Honey Boo Boo's mama. That's the picture I used of her. I got the idea because somebody was trolling me with the picture. So I went onto Google to find the picture. But baby, they kicked me out. They didn't fall for it. There is no way they were gonna. Yeah, the people would have harassed me with this face, and I don't want to go over there to fight. I just want to go over there and collect information, right? You know what? I got a new phone, which would probably afford me a new identifying number. Maybe I could try to get back in it. Anywho, that's all I got. So that's where we are. I love that he is being held to the fire. I love that he is being held accountable. I love that they are not playing with him. They are not going to allow him to make mockery of this case, of the judicial system. They are not going to allow him to play in their face, basically. So listen, if you're not following me, you need to follow me while my account is open, because as soon as I get out of here, I'm going back on private. I don't know who's going through all of my older videos and taking them down where I'm getting these community guidelines violations. I've now got an account warning on my account. I keep getting these pop-up messages that I'm in danger of being banned and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try to protect my account. I will continue with daily videos, but if you're not following me, you won't be able to see them. They will be only people who follow me will be able to see what I'm doing as far as the day-to-day. When I go live, I'll open it up. But if I'm not live, yeah, you can follow me on my backup. My backup is Keeping Tabs, KeepinTabbs. But over there, I don't talk politics at all. I don't talk politics. That's my getaway. I go over there. I have fun with my plants. I try new recipes, right? And whatever I'm doing when I'm out and about, I share what's going on in my garden, whatever I'm planting, those types of things. That's my fun channel. I have fun over there. But if you want to keep up with me, that's where I'll be. That account is open. This one won't be. I don't have a fan page. I don't know who that is. That's not me. That is, they're using my image or whatever, but they are no fan of mine. They're using my image and my videos to make money on their account. I don't have a fan page. I'm not associated with those people at all. Those people have never reached out to me and say, I'm your biggest fan and I want to create this page. No. I ain't got nothing to do with them. And as a matter of fact, y'all come across it, report that damn page so it could be taken down. I don't have nothing to do with that page. Abortion overturned is good news for women. Who's overturning the abortion? Oh, I see in Texas. All I saw was they were marching. It was a big crowd. It was a huge crowd. They've got signs, and I don't know where they're marching to. I don't know what specifically. I just saw a sign that said something about abortion. So, Texas put a stay. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. The white woman got out there and got something done today. That's good. Yes, that's the name right there, Nunya. Keeping tabs. Follow me over there. I have fun over there. That's my escape from politics. I try to post over there every day. But like I said, if you're following me, if I do any videos over on this page, you'll get the videos. It's just non-followers won't get the videos. That fan page is protected. It's not me. I do have YouTube. The YouTube channel is Tabitha Speaks Politics. I have Instagram. It's Tabitha Speaks Politics. Take the G off. Take the G off. Who is that? Strong Silver Soul Sister. Take the G off of keeping. And Tabs has TABBS. Double B. And I'm just gonna, they don't, the violations don't stay on your account forever like before. They roll off after a certain amount of time. So I'm just gonna, take this time, hang low, still do what I do. And yeah. Double B. Keeping tabs. Double B. TABBS. And it's not the same picture, but same glasses. You'll know. But like I said, I'll be going live regularly to talk about the goings on. I actually like this, having this live back and forth. That's it, Eileen. It went by. Ellen, that's it. Yeah, I'll keep going. Somebody says you got to keep going. I'll keep going. It just won't be for everyone to see. If you're a follower and supporter now, you'll see what I'm doing. I love this for Trump. Yes, they do. They do. But like I was saying, they roll off after a certain amount of time. So maybe the end of September they'll roll off. And maybe I'll open it back up. Maybe I'll open my account back up. But I just figure I'm okay with who's following me now and who's supporting me now. I'm okay with that. I told y'all from the jump, it wasn't about followers. It was about disseminating information and those who are willing to receive the information. That's all it's about for me.
is he's repeating all of his lies that got him indicted in the first place. And so it may be like the E. Jean Carroll case where he got.
But you can find me.
She filed a second.
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube.
It also could be like
You can find me on Threads. And I'll be here on TikTok, just incognito.
defamatory statements. And
He has a subpoena.
just conceived the whole case. And that may happen to you, but he's got a very
Love you back.
I honestly cannot think of any
Miss B says, please repeat
for why they need extra
your official TikTok backup account. Keeping tabs. Let me write it down.
just the witnesses, to other people as well. He, Donald Trump, has threatened and talked very ill of Jack Smith and of Jack Smith's wife. He has gone on and on. The lawyers are making ridiculous
Keeping tabs. KEEPINTABBS.
8 months ago. That's
Keeping tabs. That's the backup page.
as the person who wrote
But remember, that's my escape. I ain't talking politics over there.
that they should be exempt from the
I'm just having fun over there.
is so absurd.
Y'all want to drop a nugget? That's fine. But people that come over that want to talk shit to me about politics, I will block you. I will delete and block. I'm not over there fighting.
Which represents
I'm not gonna go back and forth with. No, I'm not doing that over there. But like I said, y'all want to drop a nugget over there, y'all can drop a nugget. But if y'all going over there to be disrespectful and talk shit to me, yeah, I ain't having it. That's my escape over there. I have fun over there. I just made the sushi bake and shared my thoughts about the sushi bake over there. The sushi bake was good. I've lost 15 pounds. I've been sharing my journey over there. So, yeah, that's my escape. Like I said, I was sharing my my garden. I got a red tomato, y'all. I finally grew something. And I'm going to be able to harvest something from my garden. There's actually a red tomato on my plant. I can't wait. I'm getting ready to go out there to check it this afternoon. Because I got to get to it before the birds get to it. If you follow me, you know I've told y'all how it is in my backyard. I got raccoons. I got rabbits. I got chipmunks. I got red woodpeckers. I got all types of birds. It's Snow White's forest in my backyard. So whatever I'm growing out there, I got to get out there before they get it. And so, you know, this is my second year trying to grow a garden. Last year, it was a complete fail. This year, things are moving slow, but things are moving. Right? Things are moving. And I'm going to be able to harvest a beautiful red tomato soon. So over there, that's my escape. I'm getting ready to plant. I actually got seeds. I'm going to put some. I got some collard green seeds. I'm going to put those in my little bed. And then I'm going to plant probably maybe tomorrow. It's just so hot to try to really, I don't know how well it'll do because it's so hot. But you have to start now in order for it to be a fall harvest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try, but it's so freaking hot. I've got flowers that I planted in my garden bed. They aren't dead. They're struggling to stay alive, but it's so freaking hot. Cactus, I can start indoor, but yeah, as I'm looking at some of these plants that are dying, I think I keep it too cold in my house. And two, I think there's some impurities going on with my water that's affecting. Oh, damn. Oh, my God. I've been watching this plant. Let me pull it out. Oh, my gosh. This plant I got from Lowe's, okay? And it was full of leaves that look like this. It was full of leaves that look like this. And so it was on the clearance rack. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to take it home. I know when the leaves look like this, I'm no expert, but I know when the leaves look like this, there's 3 things that could be happening. It's not watered enough, it's overwatered, or it's got these little death plugs around the roots that's restricting the roots, that's keeping the roots from being able to spread. So it was half the price. So I said, I'm going to take it home and see if I can rehab it. And so I brought it home. I put it in some well-draining, chunky soil. And it didn't look like, I've had this one maybe 2 weeks now. It just didn't look like it was perking up. And it was exactly one of the reasons that I thought it was overwatered. When I pulled it out of the Lowe's pot, water was just flowing down. It was drowned in water. So it just didn't look like it was perking up enough for me, right? But when I'm looking at it now, I put it under a grow light. This leaf right here, oh my God, it shot up. And then you see right here, there's a new leaf coming in. I saw something else. Oh, here it is. A new leaf right here coming in. See it right there? So it's doing okay. It's doing okay. I'm guessing these are just older leaves and they're, they're dying off, or maybe they were attached to a root that just wasn't doing well. But yeah, it's doing all right. Let me put it back. Let me put it back.
As it relates to the fake elector scheme can seem a little esoteric to folks if you're not.
It's doing all right. I got this one at the same time. This is a black velvet alocasia. It was $7. I don't know why it was $7. It was super cheap, but this ain't doing well. I don't know why it's not doing well. It's not doing well. This ain't how it looked when I bought it. This is not how it looked when I bought it. Not at all. But I refuse to give up on it. So, yeah, it's over here with the humidifier. I got Venus fly traps. I got carnivorous plants. I've got all kind of little plants. It's like one day I bought a plant. It was doing well, and I got real hooked. Real hooked. I'm loving caring for these plants. Allocations can be dramatic. I got one down here. It was, when I bought it, it was super green and velvety looking. Now it look, the leaves have turned to lime green. I don't know why. And they're drooping. I don't know why. I don't know why. I got an alocasia up there. You can't see it. Let me see. See that alocasia right there? Right here. That one's doing fine. Doing fine. A brand new leaf is coming in. That one's pretty happy. This one over here is also an alocasia. This one talks to me though. This one, when it's dry and it's ready for water, it will droop all the way over. So I know this one tells me when it needs what it needs. But this one and this black velvet, baby, I don't know. I ain't done nothing different with those two versus this one and this one. Nothing. I've done nothing different. Too much light? There's too much light? Really? Needs nutrients? I don't know. I'm wondering if there's some impurities in my water. That's what I started thinking. I don't know why. Hey May, how you doing? Not enough sunlight? Well, I had this black velvet. I had it underneath a grow light along with this monstera that I just showed y'all. It was underneath the grow light. It didn't like the grow light. So I got the humidifier, moved it away from the grow light, but it still can see the light, and it's still funky. It's still funky, child. I love a homegrown tomato, baby. I love a homegrown tomato. I've got a white princess white ice princess. I've got a pink princess. I've got 2 white knights. I've got a Birkin. Here's the Birkin. The Birkin started talking to me, but it still ain't told me what it want. Because I know it's not being overwatered or underwatered. See the leaves? It started telling me something. But that's the only one. Other than that, it's doing just fine. Check for fungus. So one of these is giving off fungus gnats, and I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is because I've noticed it picked up. I had to put one of those little sticky pads in it. I don't know which one it is. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I've got the granules. So I'm going to, in each plant, I'm just going to put some granules in the plants. And yeah, that should help with the gnats. Oh, spider mites? No, when I got this plant, I don't have those. See this new leaf right here? I would have expected it to have died. I don't. You got a new leaf coming in, but you got these. This is not how a black velvet looks, y'all. Yeah, I don't have the spider mite issue. There are gnats though. So I've got the granules, and I'll take care of that with the granules. You're having that problems too? Oh, I wish I had they're in the closet. They have these granules. They're called mosquito bites. You can get them from Lowe's, and they work wonders. Either that, or you're going to have who wants to see these things though? I don't want to see these things in my plants. But you can get these little sticky pads. They also have them over on on Amazon. You pull the little thing off, and it's got this little sticky, and you stick it in the plants. So yeah, there's something on it that attracts the gnats, and the gnats will stick to it. Or you could do like I do. I have these carnivorous plants, but they're not ready yet. Like this one is pinguicula. I gave her a name, I forgot the name. But you can see right there, it catches gnats. And the leaves absorbs the bodies of the gnats. So I've got that. And I've got the Venus flytraps. But the Venus flytrap I keep in a terrarium because Venus flytraps love humidity. They love humidity. They don't. I had one before, and I had her out, and yeah, she wasn't getting enough light, and she wasn't getting enough humidity. So I had to buy a terrarium for my Venus flytraps, and it has been helping my Venus flytraps. I even had to buy this food for the Venus flytraps, but I told y'all I'd be over here in my little, this is my getaway. I've been having so much fun with my plants and Venus flytraps and trying to figure out what's wrong with this this allocation, right? So yeah, but you can get, for those of you who have gnat problems with your plants, you can get some of these, and then you could go over and look. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up and see if you can see it. On Amazon. You could go to the link in my link tree. A lot of the garden and plant stuff I use, I have a storefront for that. I have a storefront. People are always asking about my little glitter disco balls. It's on there. Where is it? Oh, here they are. Mosquito bits. That's what they're called. Get those, and you put a few of the little bits in the soil of your plant and water them. It kills the eggs that's laid in the plant. So when the ones that are flying around, when this thing catches it, they're gone. They've died off. You know what I'm saying? So I do have, I think it's called plant. Let me look. Ciao. That's Fox News talking about Donald Trump is in a great position to win re-election.
At the end there is this mainstreaming of the idea of retribution.
That's it, revenge. And that's sort of the fuel that's here. And I think that Democrats, I'm not in the politics world, but if you're in the politics world, I think they shouldn't discount the importance of the power of that as a motivating factor here. Because it wasn't just Jesse Waters and Fox News. That was a very big narrative.
So when you go into my link tree, you'll see a link that says Amazon Finds, and it'll take you to these three options right here. So this is Everyday Finds. This is the plant store right here, and this is Personal Protection. So all of my plant stuff you'll find on that list. You're welcome. Well, they have to tell their followers something. They've been lying to them all of this time. They might as well, I guess they thinking they might as well continue to lie. But we're going to do all that we can to stop that from happening.
45% said they would not vote for Trump if he were convicted of a felony crime by a
Our lives depend on it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I don't know what color the wall is going to be next with Jack Smith and Donald Trump, but I need to take whiskey out and I need to check on my one tomato. The other two are green, like green. So yeah, and one is real small. Hold on, I see somebody I need to block. Got it. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank y'all for the gifts. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all later. Yeah, fried green tomatoes are good. But I'm actually trying to wait. I'm actually trying to get to when you're actually supposed to harvest them. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'll see y'all later. Anything pops off, if you're following me, you'll see a video. See y'all later.